My name is Sujoy Ghosh. I'm a Bengali. I'm from Kolkata. I grew up there and did all my schooling in Kolkata, and I didn't have much interaction with movies when I was growing up. When we were growing up, and then I went out to do my other studies, and then I eventually study, and then I was looking for a job. Okay, and that time I was studying in the UK for whatever reasons. I was studying in the UK, so I had an interview in Singapore. So I was flown to Singapore by this company, and I had my interview, and they said, okay, we will let you know in a couple of days, or फिर बोला आप वापस घर जाओ. So I was going back to England, and I was in transit in Bombay. So I stopped in Bombay for a couple of days just to see how Bombay is. And so I went, and I was walking on Marine Drive. तो मेरा एक दोस्त मिला मुझे, who was also from the UK, an Englishman. And he said he's setting up a company here. He said, why don't you help me to set it up? I said, yeah, चल कुछ तो काम है नहीं, मैं बेकार हूँ वैसे. So I started helping him setting up his company, and that was 1993, and I'm still in transit. Okay. तो मैं उसके बाद घर कभी वापस गए नहीं. Anyway, तो I was working in Bombay, and then I felt कि इधर पे ना सब लोगों के पास एक स्क्रिप्ट होता है, and you feel very left out कि अगर आपके पास एक स्क्रिप्ट ना हो. तो मतलब I really didn't know anything about film making और मतलब पिक्चर कैसे बनाया जाता है and all that. But I used to like watching films, and I saw everybody had a script. यार किसी के पास जो आपके घर पे जो काम करना है उसके पास भी एक स्क्रिप्ट है. So everybody is walking around with the script. So I was feeling very left out. तो मैंने सोचा मैं एक स्क्रिप्ट लिखूँगा. Thing is about growing up in Kolkata is if you grow up in Kolkata ना, few things are given. Kishore Kumar, R.D. Burman, these are given things. मतलब ये आपके part of your blood. So there was this one song of Rahul Dev Burman which I used to really like from Apna Desh, Duniya Mein Logo Ki. And that song starts with a scream, that I don't know, do you know the song? Yeah. There's a song, it's a that's the one. तो मुझे लगा what if I took that song का एक line and try to make a script out of that scream. I mean, how would be some people if they really like somebody screaming like that? So that's how it all started. So what if there are a few characters who like those people who screams like that, and what if they liked R.D. Burman? What if they were R.D. Burman fans? And ये करते करते मैंने एक script लिख लिया, whatever it was. So I gave it to a few people to read, and सब लोगों ने बोला ये बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है. And they said, why don't you make a film out of it? So I thought, and then as it happens, जैसे आप लोग जैसे अभी हो, I thought, okay, why not? Let's give it a shot. So I realized to do something, you have to give up something. Okay, and that time I was heading the company. I had a nice 3,000 square feet flat paid by the company in Bandra. I had a chauffeur-driven car. Wherever I went, the company paid for me. If I traveled within the country, I was given business class. If I traveled outside the country, I was given first class. तो ऐसे सारे बहुत सारे तामझाम थे. But I realized I can't have that and this. So I gave that up. So I thought, okay, काम करते हैं, चलो इसको हटाते हैं, इसको. And I'll give this a shot because film यार, मतलब पिक्चर बनाएंगे तो मैं अपने फैमिली को टोपी टापा पहना है कि ये करेंगे वो करेंगे, मतलब सूरज को पूरब से पश्चिम में ला देंगे तो जैसे रोके चल. तो that's the key thing, because as you go through your life, you're very young now, right? And right now you'll see it's all me, and I can do this, I can do that, and ये करेंगे वो करेंगे. But as you go through life, you realize if you didn't have that support of your family, you won't. It'll be a little tougher. I'm not saying you won't be able to do it, but it'll be just much that tougher to do it. But I had that support of my family, so I started. In 1998, I gave up everything. I said, चलो एक script को बेचेंगे. I didn't want to direct. I did a script. I thought मैं इसको दूँगा. तो मैं started. तो क्या करूँ? तो मेरे एक दोस्त था, तो बोला there's another man here who wants to do music for films. तो मैं बोला चलो उसको मिलते हैं. So one day so he made me meet this another struggler. I had no idea about music, so एक टकला लड़का आया, आके बोला मेरा नाम विशाल ददलानी है. अरे इधर टकला है. So he came. मेरा एक I'm trying to create music and I have a friend also, one Guju chap called Shekhar. So I said okay चलो. तो बोला कहाँ है तुम्हारा स्टूडियो? तो बोला there's a Kabristan in Worli and there's a studio on top of that Kabristan. Fuck, I'm not going to go to some Kabristan to do my music. Okay, beggars can't be choosers. So I went and I met this really fat Guju boy. Have you ever seen, Shekhar Rafjani?
Yes, yes.
So those days used to be a little fat, plump, very nice, innocent Gujarati boy, like coming first in class type. I met them, they met me. In my head I laughed at them, in their head they laughed at me. I mean, you can't really see them two together. But, and plus, there's a lot of graves around us, so when you're talking, you're thinking, bhoot aa jayega. Anyway, so then we made this song called Tera Muskurana. If you know Jhankar Beats music, there's a song called that. So they made me a CD. Vishal sang the song and they made me a CD. So I went out there armed with Tera Muskurana and a script. तो मैं बहुत सारे दरवाजे खटखटाए. This is 1999. Cut to 2000. Okay. I'm still खटखटाएं. Cut to 2001. I am still खटखटाएं. तो मतलब ये बहुत दरवाजा खटखटाया मैंने. There's not a single. I don't think this building was there. Otherwise, I would have come to this building also. And I'm telling you, I have gone to everybody from all the so-called studios those days to even individuals. I used to land up in people like. I remember somebody told me there used to be a sound studio called Spectral Harmony in Santa Cruz. So they said go there. There is this man who might have money. He's working with Salman Khan. I didn't even know the man's name. So जाओ उसके पास शायद पैसा होगा. He might make you film. So I went there and I said कि इधर पे कोई है क्या जो सलमान खान के साथ पिक्चर कर रहा है? He said हाँ, some guy called Sanjay Bhansali is here. I said okay. तो मैं उधर को खड़ा था. तो मैं कूद गया उसके सामने. वो डर गया, कौन हो तुम? I said, sir, मुझे पैसा चाहिए. So he said very politely, he said, no, I don't have money. I'm a director. I don't have money. He was making some film called Khamoshi in those days. So I don't know who this fellow is. Anyway, so वो किया. Then I went some chap called Ken Ghosh. So that fellow also said कि नहीं है. So then one guy said, this guy called Ram Gopal Verma. I said, yeah, I heard of him because he made Satya. It's such an amazing film.
Yes.
So he said, go and meet him. So I went and met Ram Gopal Verma. So he took me so I met him. He also took me to some place, I don't know where he took me, some studio, some fellow called Vishal Bhardwaj was making some music and I was listening music. Anyway, बहुत ऐसे मैं किया. And I got to meet all these people. I met Vishal, I met Ramu, I met anyway, but all through rejection. Then I went to I'll tell you most amazing experience in all this thing. I went to one gentleman's office and his office was in Juhu. इधर जुहू और तिवारी का दुकान है ना, तिवारी का ऊपर उनका ऑफिस था. And Tiwari was very famous for masala milk. Very good masala milk. I think they still make very good masala. तो मैं गया, तो बोला क्या पियोगे? Like how he said. I said no sir, I'm okay. I just want to narrate. He said no, have something. No, have masala milk. It's very famous. I said okay, I'll have masala milk. So he got me masala milk. Me and my friend was there. तो अभी मुझे नरेशन देना था, तो मैं करके एक मसाला मिल्क पी लिया. Now, you finished the masala milk, get him another one. So he got him another masala milk, and then I drank another masala milk, करके ताकि I could narrate. So I got by in 3 minutes. I had drunk 3 bottles of chotu masala milk, and this is pure milk, huh? So then I wanted to narrate, and then my stomach started churning because I have never drunk so much milk in my entire life. So there ended the narration. So I somehow just like wanted to go to the toilet more than narrate to him after that. So this is how I went around and did everything. But nobody was willing to give money because I wrote a script जो किसी को समझ में नहीं आया कि क्या स्क्रिप्ट हो रहा है इसमें. 3 आदमी खाली ये कर रहे, वो कर रहे, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. What are they talking about? We don't care. And finally I met this gentleman called Preeti Shinandi. तो तब तक it was 2001 end. I was ready to pack it in. I was ready to say मेरा जो भी बचे हुए पैसा था सब गया. My family was feeling a little कि भैया तू क्या कर रहे यार, मतलब क्या टाइम मतलब. And I thought कि okay चलो I'll give it another couple of months. हुआ तो हुआ, नहीं तो निकलते. And finally I went to meet Preeti Shinandi. I narrated the script to Preeti Shinandi. I said let's make the film. So I wasn't sure whether he was serious or not. I said okay, let's make the film. And he said who will direct it? So by this time I realized if I have to go to another find a director now तो फट जाएगी. तो मतलब 4 साल लग गया पैसा मिलने में, अभी डायरेक्टर ढूंढने में हो गया. फिर तो मैं ऐसे ही बोल दिया कि ओके आई विल डायरेक्ट. He said okay you direct. So he thought I could direct. He thought I had assisted somebody, but I have not done anything. So anyway, मोटा then I got to direct Jhankar Beats, and that's how I started my career. And thankfully the film did well. Then I did another film called Home Delivery. Yes. That didn't do too well. And then I did another film called famous Aladdin. Yes. So that also didn't do too well. And by the time I finished Aladdin, I was told कि भैया वो झंकार बीच फ्लूक था, आपसे डायरेक्शन नहीं होता है. I mean, nobody told it on my face, but like how I laughed at Vishal and Shekhar when I first met them, I could see that happening. And then after Aladdin, which was a major flop, I wanted to make a story about a pregnant woman running around in the streets of Kolkata. And everybody said, क्या हो रहा है, क्यों तुम ये पिक्चर बना रहे हो? I mean, why are you doing this to yourself? Like अभी एक अच्छा पिक्चर बना, if you get a chance, make a good film, make a safe film. And everybody kept using this word safe. I didn't know what a safe film was, because I thought what all of us does is something very creative, and in creativity there is no measuring of what is safe. Anyway, लोगों को बोलना है. So, and again it started. It was Jhankar all over again. So again I started खटखटाing doors. I went and narrated to everybody story of that pregnant woman running. सब लोगों ने सुना, सब लोग okay, bye. So I went to the extent after that I realized that nobody is going to give me money to make this film. मतलब nobody is interested from the studios to this, that. So I borrowed some money and made the film without telling my family, otherwise they would have killed me. But thankfully the film worked and everything. So that's my story, So don't expect anything on a plate. Okay? Don't expect anything on a plate. You'll have to fight. You'll have to fight for your survival. And that's the best way of learning. You have to fight. कोई आके ऐसे नहीं बोलने वाला है कि ये ले, ये कर, वो जा. Not because I have to go through it. And I hope you do find somebody who will say, ये ले 5 crore and जाके picture बना लो. But be prepared for that. Be prepared for that fight. It's good to be prepared for that fight. Okay. So I'm saying failure is tough. It will hurt. Absorb it. Take your time. सुन ले. मतलब it hurt. But don't let it affect you.